Hey folks, welcome back to another BTO project, and this time we are talking about the May 2022 BTO at Queenstown. The project name is called Ghim Moh Ascent. How do you pronounce it? Accent or accent? I don't know, just comment down below. But we'll look at the unit types, the site map, as well as the price and the fittings that you can see in this BTO coming up. So this project is actually bounded by Ghim Moh Road, Ghim Moh Close and the rail corridor. So it's located very near the Buona Vista MRT station. 4 residential blocks around 40 stories high. The other ones will be ranged around 8 to 31 stories. Okay, and it's actually offered under the PLH model, or we call it the prime location public housing. That means it actually comes with more restrictions with regards to selling, the MOP minimum occupation period, as well as the grants. And this project is actually located within the Health District of Queenstown, so that there will be a lot of initiatives implemented to enhance the physical, social and mental well-being. So there is actually a lot of recreational activities that promote intergenerational bonding. And there will also be a childcare center, which we'll look at it later. So let's move on to the project details. Estimated completion date in the first quarter of 2028. That's roughly 6 years from now, which is a pretty long wait. Flat types and number of units, we only have 3-room and 4-room flats. 3-room we do have 196 and 4-room we have 671. Total of 867 units. So let's take a look at the town map to see where are we really located. And it's actually located at the Ghim Moh area. Okay, at the south you do have your Buona Vista MRT stations. So this distance looks really walkable within 10 minutes of the Ghim Moh Ascent. Okay, and then towards the northeast side you do have your Circle Line, which is the Holland Village MRT station. Lots of cafe and food there. The reason why it is considered a prime estate is because it's located very near to a lot of amenities and actually education centers. Like we have Star Vista, which is the shopping mall at Buona Vista MRT station. We do have National University of Singapore, just 2 stations away, right? We are talking about the Cambridge MRT station, which is after One North MRT here. And because Buona Vista MRT station is an interchange, so you can actually connect within the East-West line, the Green Line, or the Orange Line, which is the Circle Line. Also, you do have a lot of educational institutes like ACJC, Fairfield Methodist, and there's actually a lot of greenery around here, right? The university area. So let's take a look at the pictures. Firstly will be the artist's impression. We are looking at really tall buildings. I mentioned it was around 40 stories high. So this will be like a green, blue and white accent colors if I'm not wrong. So let's move on to the next picture, which shows the internal area. You see the windows are like blue in color, and then you do have a shade of green. Moving on is the site plan, because this will be the important details you should have for the project. So we only have 3-room flats and 4-room flats. In terms of facilities, we do have fitness stations and playgrounds. Okay, a few of these communal areas. Social amenities wise, we do have future amenities and facilities at first story. Childcare center at first story. So we look at number 8. Where is number 8? It's over here, right at the car park. So at the car park, they are going to build some future amenities at the first floor, as well as a childcare center. So you do have a roof garden that it says accessible to the residents here at the rooftop. So you can go to the rooftop garden, have a little bit of walk there or exercise. We only have 4 residential blocks from 48A to 49B. 49A and B are both 40-story blocks, while 48A and B are more of angled blocks, right? You do have like 8 or 15 or 31 stories, depending on which direction you are at. And most of the prime location housing for this project is actually centered around the 4-room flats, 671, and then we only have around 196 flats for the 3-room. So let's take a little look around this project, right? We do see the rail corridor over here. And you do have an existing pedestrian overhead bridge that can connect you to the other side of the road. One thing to note is that there will be a site reserved for future high-rise public housing over here. So if you are buying a unit that's facing the south direction, then you have to be prepared that there will be construction, noises and dust, as well as a block view in the future. You do have an existing market and hawker center here. I believe it's the Ghim Moh Market and Hawker Center. So I don't think food will be too much of a problem, because we really love hawker centers as Singaporeans, right? So I would say if I were choosing this flat, I would look for the eastward facing flats, because firstly, they will not have any exposure to the west sun, because the morning sun is more comfortable and not so harmful as the west sun in the evening, right? And also because I do have a view of the rail corridor, so that will be pretty nice in the morning. especially when the weather is cooler. But for this project, I don't think there is any units facing the west direction, like directly west, so I don't think west sun would be a problem. But I don't think there will be really very good views unless you are at the top floor. But one thing to note is that if you are buying a unit facing the east, then at least you can get a good view, because the current existing private housing, I don't think they will be too high. It's more like those kind of landed estate or terrace houses, so the properties won't be too high, offering you an unblocked view if you are on the higher floors. So with that, let's move on to the pricing and floor plan, starting with the 3-room flats. Indicative price range is around 369 to 481,000 for the 3-room flats. The resale transactions nearby are around 535 to $700,000. Layout ideas for your home: this is a typical 3-room floor plan with an internal area of 63 square meters. So you can see this time your door is a little bit different from the common 3-room because it opens from the side, and then from here you can see that the kitchen is actually a squarish shape with a service yard. Okay, this time you do not have a service yard door or window. There is partitioning between the kitchen and the utility, so that would be good if you want to like enlarge your kitchen. You don't need to hack down any walls or tiles because the wall do not exist. So if you do need a partition, you have to actually build up your own partition. But the thing is, this layout is actually not an open concept kitchen, because you do see like solid walls over here unless you want to hack it down. For people who may want to do heavy cooking, then maybe you want to install a door here to prevent the smoke and fumes from entering your living and dining area. Now, I kind of like this layout because there is no dead space actually along the corridor. You know, the common 3 rooms have this dead corridor space that you cannot use, whereas this living and dining area is actually quite like a squarish layout. So like every inch of the space is used. Okay, you do not have some weird corridor, and you see your master bedroom is away from the common bedroom, so offering you a little bit more privacy if you want to use this common bedroom as a kids. Of course, you do have your common toilet right here at your living room, so I don't know if that is good for you. Some people prefer convenience, some people prefer privacy, but you cannot have your cake and eat it too. So if you never close the door, your guests can look at you. Okay, let's move on to the 4-room flats, right? The price and the layout. So the price is around 511,000 to 691,000 for the 4-room flats, and resale transactions nearby are between 718 to 970,000. So that's quite a huge discount, right, if we factor in the price difference. Layout ideas wise, this is your typical 4-room plan, so we don't have any kind of weird layouts this time. Internal floor area around 86 square meters. Once you enter from the main door, household shelter is on your right, not in the center, so you can do up some concealed carpentry to hide away your bomb shelter door. Then you have a squarish shaped kitchen over here, and the service yard with the doors and windows. This time you do have to hack down this if you do want to enlarge your kitchen. So HDB thinks that you still need the partition between service yard and the kitchen. That's entirely up to you. You have to decide for yourself. So we have a much larger living and dining area compared to the 3-room flats. We do have 2 common bedrooms which are much smaller than the main master bedroom. Okay, comes with an ensuite toilet, and the ensuite toilet looks slightly larger than the common toilet as well. So this is a very typical 4-room layout if you ask me. No surprises, just that this 4-room layout is actually slightly smaller than the common 4-room, because we are looking at 86 internal square area instead of the 90 square meters of the usual mature estates and non-mature estates BTO, because this is a PLH. If they do it a bit larger, they have to make it more expensive. So let's move on to the finishes and fittings, right? For non-optional finishes, we are talking about the floor tiles and the wall tiles. All these will come in the default pattern for every household. For the bathrooms, the household shelter, the kitchen and the service yard, and then the wall tiles in the bathroom and the kitchen, if you want to replace them, you do have to either seek HDB permission or you have to overlay them. Next, let's take a look at the optional component scheme. This means that these are optional items that you can add on top of your flat purchase price, such as your option 1 being flooring. Okay, because flooring is so expensive nowadays, maybe you want to save some money, you can pay HDB to include vinyl strip flooring for your bedrooms and porcelain floor tiles for your living and dining room at a cost of $4,740, which is rather reasonable if you ask me. And also, if you want to opt for option 2, you can do it as well. Internal doors and sanitary fittings for $3,180. It comes with 3 laminated UPVC bedroom doors, 2 UPVC folding bathroom doors, wash basin with tap mixer, as well as the shower set with the shower mixer. Of course, you can take a look at this OCS leaflet to see if this kind of finishes and fittings fit your taste. Otherwise, you do have to go for your own contractor or renovation retailer to get your desired fittings. So with that, if you found that my walkthrough has helped you decide whether Ghim Moh Ascent is a good project for you to ballot for, do help me comment a thank you at the bottom of the comment section, and I'll greatly appreciate it. And let's get back to the video. Alright folks, welcome back. So I hope that this BTO analysis has helped you to better decide whether this BTO is an ideal location and project site for you. And if you want to look at the subscription rates as of the end of today, you can refer to this table over here, updated from HDB. Also check out my other property videos on this HDB BTO for property playlist right over here. Just click on it and select the favorite video that you want to watch. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.